Hello and thanks for joining us.
On the programme this evening.
2 army officers have been charged over their conduct after a teenage soldier who'd been sexually assaulted took her own life.
The by-election battle begins in earnest as Reform, the Greens and Labour send in the big guns.
The suspected catnapping caught on a doorbell camera, which could be part of an internet trend.
I was absolutely horrified. I felt sick to my stomach. I was just like, I can't believe that somebody would actually try to take my cat.
And fundraiser Speedo Mick tells us about his next very chilly challenge and his plan to avoid frostbite.
First tonight, 2 army officers have been charged over their conduct in the case of a teenage soldier who took her own life after she was sexually assaulted.
Jaisley Beck, who is 19 and from South Cumbria, was found dead at her barracks in 2021. The man who'd assaulted her several months before has been jailed.
An inquest ruled the Army's failure to take action was a contributing factor in Jaisley's death. Now there's been an update from the MOD. Tim Scott's here with us tonight. Tim, what more can you tell us?
So, one person has already been convicted in this case. That's the soldier who actually assaulted Jaisley Beck during a training exercise in Hampshire in 2021. Michael Webber, who was a sergeant major at the time, he'd engaged Jaisley in a drinking game before touching her and trying to kiss her. She pushed him away and spent the night locked in her car before making a complaint to her superiors in the morning. However, the incident wasn't reported to the police. Webber did write a letter of apology to Jaisley, and he was later promoted. However, 5 months later, she took her own life. Last year, Webber was jailed for 6 months by a military court after pleading guilty to sexual assault. Now we have the news that 2 senior officers will face court-martials over their handling of this case. They are Major James Hook and Colonel Samantha Shepherd. They've been charged with offences under Section 19 of the Armed Forces Act, namely conduct prejudicial to good order and service discipline.
So, Tim, has Jaisley's family had anything to say today?
Yes, well, Jaisley's mother, Leanne McCready, said the family are relieved that the charges have been brought, but she says the family remain very unhappy with parts of the Army's response to all this. In a statement, she said she'd written to the Chief of the General Staff after Jaisley's inquest, pointing out multiple failings in the Army's chain of command that had led to Jaisley's death. She said she received promises about a new complaint service for Army personnel, but hasn't heard anything since. And she said, "We feel constantly as though we have to push the Army to change, and it is completely exhausting." However, it needs saying that since Jaisley's death, the Ministry of Defence has set up a serious crime command and launched a violence against women and girls task force. Meanwhile, the first hearing of this court-martial we've heard about today, the court-martial of Major Hook and Colonel Shepherd, will take place on the 11th of March.
Tim, thank you very much.
Well, next tonight, big-name politicians have descended on a part of Greater Manchester ahead of a looming by-election.
Yeah, leaders from 2 parties were out in full force, as well as the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Our correspondent Anne O'Connor was there, and a warning her report contains flashing images.
A visit by Reform's leader saw lots of banners and a bit of banter with his supporters. Nigel Farage and Reform candidate Matt Goodwin want to overturn a 13,000 Labour majority here. A task, he says, is easier since the party blocked Manchester's Metro Mayor from standing.
Clearly, if Andy Burnham had run for Labour, the circumstances would be different. I'll be the first person to admit that. It's effectively a referendum on Starmer and his government. So I think we're in with a very real chance.
You see, the people of Gorton and Denton would say that it's about choosing their local MP who knows what they want. They wouldn't say that it's a referendum on the national government.
In a general election, you're right. It would be more about the local representative. A by-election...
Are you treating this as a national thing rather than drilling down to what the locals want?
Without any sense of escaping from the truth, by-elections become litmus tests of national opinion, and it's been that way forever.
Zach Polansky's Green Party think they can challenge Reform for the seat. They've chosen a plumber from Manchester to do that.
As you know, I'm used to fitting radiators and stuff, not always doing stuff like this.
This election is about a woman who knows what grassroots community is all about and a man who looks to stir division. So actually, the Green Party are the progressive voice in this election. The Labour Party took people's votes for granted, and I think people have had enough.
We need to look at the high rates of people that cannot afford to heat their homes, the damp that people experience when they're living in rental accommodation. It should not be a choice whether or not you put your heating on. I know from my job that we live in some of the leakiest homes in Europe. Whatever your heat source, you shouldn't be heating a home where half of it is going out of the roof.
Labour announces its candidate tomorrow, so it was a more low-key visit from the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves.
Labour can win this by-election, and it's going to be a tough fight between Labour and Reform, and people who are considering other parties should think about, when they wake up on the 26th of February, who do they want as their MP? Do they want a divisive Reform MP, or do they want a Labour MP who will work together with the community, the council and the government to carry on delivering real change?
For the Lib Dems, Jackie Pearcey will stand, a local school governor who campaigned to save Gorton Monastery. The government's being challenged on the right and the left. Voters here have a month to decide who wins. Anne O'Connor, ITV News, in the Gordon and Denton constituency.
Well, as Anne mentioned there, Labour are due to announce their candidate tomorrow after nominations for the by-election close today. An official list is expected next week. But you can see all the current candidates who have declared they'll run on our website. That's at itv.com/Granada.
Two other stories making the headlines tonight, and the family of a young girl from Blackburn who's missing in Morocco after being swept out to sea have started a fundraising campaign to find her. 7-year-old Inaya Makda was hit by a large wave as she and her parents sat on rocks in Casablanca on Wednesday. Her aunt has now begun the online page to cover the costs of ongoing search efforts.
An 80-year-old man's appeared in court charged with the false imprisonment of a 95-year-old woman in Salford. Edwin Morrison from Worsley is also charged with attempted robbery, intentional strangulation and common assault after officers were called to an address in Little Hulton on Tuesday. It's understood a man entered the woman's property on Belcroft Drive, tying her hands together and demanding cash and her purse. The man was interrupted when another woman who knew the victim arrived at the house.
It's been confirmed that Manchester Pride will return this year with a 4-day celebration in August. The charity behind the event went into voluntary liquidation last year, blaming rising costs and declining ticket sales. Now a new not-for-profit community interest company will run the event across the summer bank holiday.
A new space dedicated to African history has opened at the Manchester Museum. The Africa Hub is designed to give people the chance to reconnect with museum collections, regardless of their heritage. Items which have been in storage for years with little accompanying information are now on show.
And there's no way you can talk about Manchester without talking about Africa. There's that affinity, there's that bond, there's that spirituality. It is very significant.
A pet owner from Fleetwood says she's horrified by doorbell footage which appears to show 2 delivery drivers trying to steal her cat.
Yeah, in the video, the cat, called Alfie, is scooped up in a front garden and carried to a van. A neighbour then comes to intervene.
Alfie's owner, Linda, has since discovered this could be part of a cruel online challenge.
Well, Amazon say they've launched an investigation, as Mel Barham reports.
They're supposed to be collecting an Amazon parcel. Instead, this couple are about to help themselves to something that wasn't part of the order. In the front garden are cats Alfie and Ralphie. Watch as both the Amazon delivery workers bend down and try to coax the 2 cats towards them. One of the cats isn't interested, but as the man knocks again on the door, the woman behind him can be seen scooping up the other cat and calmly carrying him into the van.
I was absolutely horrified. I felt sick to my stomach. I was just like, I can't believe that somebody would actually try to take my cat, and especially being on camera and knowing that they'd pressed the doorbell, so they knew full well they were being recorded as well. I was absolutely horrified.
What the doorbell footage doesn't show is that Linda's neighbour, watching this unfold, comes out of the house and the woman eventually let Alfie the cat out of the van. But Linda says if they'd driven away with him, she doesn't think he'd have survived.
To be taken away from his area and his comfort zone would have probably finished him off, to be fair, because he just wouldn't have coped with it. There's no way he would have found his way back home. He's not that sort of cat. He's a real home bird. He only knows this area.
These cats aren't pedigree cats, and Linda couldn't understand why someone would want to steal them. And then they came across something that was even more shocking.
So we found this post, and it suggests that this could possibly be a game where Amazon drivers are stealing cats and they take them as far away as possible, and the furthest away they can take them, they're the winners of the game.
And when you heard that this is a game,
yeah,
what do you think of that?
Who's made up this game? Who on earth has decided that this is a game? It's just the most ridiculous, cruel, mean game I've ever heard of in my life. It's awful. I mean, this is not a game. This is absolutely diabolical. It's so cruel. It's so cruel.
Well, the police say they're looking into this. Meanwhile, Amazon have told us they're also investigating, adding, "We have very high standards for our delivery service providers, and the behaviour in this video does not meet those expectations."
Okay, Alfie.
Back where he belongs, Alfie appears to be taking it all in his stride, but Linda is keen to warn others in case it happens to someone else. Mel Barham, ITV News, Fleetwood.
You're watching Granada Reports this Friday evening. There is plenty more to come on the programme, including
Speedo Mix latest very cold challenge in aid of an inclusive hub in Bootle.
And after a white start for some this morning, we revert to grey this weekend. New month, same weather. I'll have your forecast.
Time now for a look at what's to come on the ITV Evening News. Up next, here's Charlene.
Coming up, a man's jailed for life for the premeditated murder of hotel worker Rhiannon White. The Prime Minister's progress in China. Beijing agrees to lift sanctions on British MPs and peers. And remembering Dame Jilly Cooper, the Queen joins celebrities for a special memorial for the late author. So do join us for those stories and more from 6:30.
Now, do you remember what passed for music lessons way back when you were in primary school? I do, and it was often just playing the recorder, that very, very unattractive sound that it made.
I had a triangle.
Better noise, better noise.
Slightly quieter. Well, times have certainly and thankfully changed, and thousands of youngsters across the Northwest are now benefiting from a scheme designed to spark a passion for music.
It certainly sounds much better than those squeaks you used to get out of that thing. Our correspondent Anna Yosef spent the morning at a school in Greater Manchester.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Building a band and building up confidence. Every week, these pupils at a primary school in Sale rock up after registration to rock out. The lessons are part of a programme designed to ensure children from all backgrounds have the chance to learn music. They're part funded by parents, but free spaces are available for disadvantaged children. Here in the Northwest, nearly 900 students take up those free spots across more than 400 schools.
The goal for us is to reach as many children as possible, giving them a really positive musical experience, really igniting a spark for the love of music from a really early age and breaking down the barriers of traditional music so that every child has an opportunity to benefit from music.
You get to really express yourself through the value of music. As you can see, I've not done it alone. I've got my friends next to me.
It's really fun and it's really boosting my confidence. It's like I'm a bit of a shy person. I've been playing the guitar for 2 years and I really like it because my favourite artist in music, Ed Sheeran, he also plays the guitar, so I thought, why not I play?
When we do a concert, I get quite nervous, but when we do it, after I feel quite happy I did it and I feel quite excited.
I see them come alive. I see them develop their self-confidence, their teamwork, their collaboration, and the enjoyment they get from music is just off the charts. It's amazing.
I live 2 lives, trying to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place.
Practice over, the band line up to collect their reward. Maybe one day they'll be lining up to collect a Brit Award. Anna Yosef, ITV News.
It is literally like School of Rock, isn't it? One of my kids got sent home with a violin. That lasted a couple of days and it was sent straight back.
Thank you, get that out of the house. Yeah, I know where you're coming from with that. Yeah.
OK, right, well, it's time for sport now, and it's a crunch weekend for Liverpool in the Premier League. Here's Mike.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that the reigning champions are still without a win in the league this year. Can they stop the rot at home to Newcastle tomorrow? Well, the mood in the camp has certainly been boosted by that midweek victory in the Champions League. Let's take a look at the Premier League table. Last week's defeat to Bournemouth leaves the Reds in 6th spot. Head coach Arne Slot admits every game is vital in the fight to finish in the top 4.
Every single game is crucial, but the way we've positioned ourselves now makes probably every game even more crucial. Because that's definitely what we want to achieve. Then it is a crucial game, as the next one is a crucial one, as the next one is a crucial one as well.
Well, elsewhere this weekend, Manchester City head to Tottenham. Manchester United host Fulham, with Michael Carrick looking for his 3rd straight win. While Everton travel to Brighton without Jack Grealish, who may well have played his last game for the club. David Moyes revealed today that the on-loan star looks set for surgery on his broken foot and could be out for the rest of the season.
It's really disappointing for the player, but as for the club and for all of us here, because he's such an important part. He's a big character, big experience for us, and we'll miss him. He's done a lot of really good things for us.
To a managerial departure, and Morecambe have parted company with Ashveer Singh Johal. He took charge at the start of this season but leaves with Morecambe in the National League relegation zone. The club have thanked him for his commitment and dedication. Well, next to a huge weekend in the Women's Super League as leaders Manchester City take on champions Chelsea. A win for City on Sunday would see them open up a 12-point lead at the top of the table, and they would have one hand on that trophy.
For them, it's definitely a situation where they can't lose the game. But for us, we want to win the game. I think that mentality has been the key thing for us, and it will be the same on Sunday.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
Well, next to badminton, and this weekend sees the English National Championship return to Manchester for the first time in more than a decade. 2 of those players in the hunt for the title are competing in their hometown, and in the build-up, they've been on the court with some new fans. Chris Hall went to meet them.
In the venue where racing legends were born, wheels are in motion to turn the National Cycling Centre into badminton's big stage. To help the Nationals have a knock-on effect, Manchester has launched the Shuttle Stars programme.
483,000 kids play badminton once a week, which is loads. It's actually our highest ever number since 2017 when that survey began. Manchester, where we are today, really strong for badminton, but we want to build it further.
It's the first time these championships have come to town since 2013, and the Manchester fans will rally behind it. To recruit a few more, hundreds of Manchester school children have been given their first chance to pick up a racket and take on a couple of England internationals.
Proud Mancunians Sid and Cholan will be the stars of the show after already finding fame in another.
We had a quick bet where we had to knock down 10 badminton rackets in 30 seconds.
One, here we go!
Go! Oh, no! We didn't succeed. We probably hit, I think we hit maybe 5 rackets down. They were sort of questioning our ability of badminton. They were like, have they even played badminton before?
That must have hurt.
Oh, have they actually played badminton before?
Yeah, it didn't go very well. But that's because of the wind, though. That was because of the wind. Yeah, it was such a good experience, though. I think it was good to show badminton out there. Probably didn't represent it very well because we failed the challenge. But still, badminton was still on TV on ITV, so it's a good step forward, isn't it?
They're chasing singles glory this weekend, but they're also teammates for Manchester in the revamped National Badminton League, where the exciting new format sees every point count towards league position.
we're hearing a lot about badminton really being on the rise, but also in Manchester as well. A lot of that is down to the fact that we have a club now in the National League, which was partly down to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got in contact with Badminton England because I really wanted a team from the north, because there's never been one, and specifically Manchester, to have a team in the National League. So now we've got a very strong team in the National League, and we're hoping to win our first season.
My first time ever watching the Nationals be held, or ever watching badminton in the Nationals, was in Manchester when I was a kid. So it's a bit weird now that I'm literally here, same space again, but I'm actually playing in it this time.
7 more to go. It won't be a breeze facing these two at the National Championships. Thankfully for them, their next challenge will be held indoors. Chris Hall, ITV News, Manchester.
And the English Nationals are taking place in Manchester all weekend. Why not get down there, support those boys? Fantastic role models and great sports as well. It didn't go their way on you bet, did it?
It was definitely the wind.
Definitely. Well, if you've ever played badminton outside, it's near on impossible, isn't it?
I don't even want to play it inside, frankly. No hand-eye coordination. Forget it.
Nice to see you bet there. I remember you
amazing.
bet when Bruce Forsyth used to present it. I'm showing my age there.
I was just going to say you're showing your age there, mate.
Should draw a veil over that.
Yeah.
Keep that quiet. Thank you, Mike.
OK, now imagine walking anywhere in January in just a pair of swimming trunks. Now imagine doing that across the Arctic. No, thank you.
No. Legendary Liverpool fundraiser Speedo Mix trekked here, there and everywhere, and in every weather in his trademark Speedos.
Yeah, and taking on his chilliest challenge yet, he assures us he's got a fluffy pair of trunks for the Arctic. There's a vision. I really hope he's got more than that on as well.
So do I. Our reporter Ellis Nordoff caught up with Mick to hear all about it at a place where his fundraising's made a real difference.
This is fitness for everyone. It's a morning of confidence building and conversation at the Inclusive Hub in Bootle. And you might not recognise him in his clothes, but there's a familiar face here too.
How many people they've got here, man, and they're all enjoying themselves, and you know what I mean, and they're all making friends and interacting with each other. It's brilliant. I love it, you know. This puts a smile on my soul. It really does. I love it.
Speedo Mick is known for taking on challenges in just his swimming trunks, raising more than £1 million for over 100 charities and organisations, including this one.
They're putting more and more hours into it. They're doing nighttime sessions now, and not just day. I'm really proud of them, and I'm really chuffed that we're able to, you know, help them financially through grants through the Speedo Mick Foundation.
You've got a pretty chilly challenge coming up, haven't you? Tell us about that.
It's getting colder and colder every time we put a challenge. I take a challenge on, you know, so I'm going to the Arctic. And with Fatima Whitbread, no less, do you know what I mean? Olympic champion. She's a legend, you know. I'm going to do a 7-day trek across the Arctic in skis. I've never been in a pair of skis. So when I get there, I'll put the skis on, probably just fall over, you know, I don't know.
A few people might be a bit worried about you on this Arctic challenge. Have you got a pair of thermal Speedos?
No, I haven't got no thermal, but someone has made me some fairy ones. So...
Paul, do you want to go with Louis?
It's a bit warmer here in Bootle, but the people at the hub are pushing themselves too.
It's fully inclusive. It's one of them atmospheres that you can't really describe. But again, it's seeing kids empowered. It's a fantastic place to be in it.
It's amazing today. I like this so much in all the place hub. It is my favourite.
Make you feel? Say.
We do press-ups. I do boxing gloves.
It's really good, yeah. We've been like kind of cycle around, like doing different exercises throughout the day. It's just that it keeps the body healthy for us, and it's better than being at home all day.
I love the group. It's nice.
Go jump. Say jump.
The work they do here boosts confidence back home, and parents have noticed the difference.
There's not a lot out there for our kids with additional needs. This is just a haven for you. And for a couple of years, he didn't engage. He just ran around. But you never were made to feel as if you're out of place or if it was a problem. You just did it. And slowly over the years, he's engaged more. And you just see everyone maturing. I've seen so many kids come here and they've just changed. They're different people.
Fantastic!
Well done, mate.
More than 10,000 people a year use the Inclusive Hub, Open 7 days a week, it's giving local children structure and routine. And Speedo Mick's hoping to help even more as he gets ready for his Arctic adventure. Ellis Nordhoff, ITV News, Bootle.
Did he really say he has no thermals?
Oh, it's making me feel cold.
Ooh, no. Let's get the weather now. Here's Nick.
Mum, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello, wet start this morning. Not just rain. You didn't have to venture too high to find another smattering of snow out there to begin the day. What followed, though, was another rather grey story, and there is more of that to come as we go through this weekend. This is how we started the day, with rain, sleet and snow heading northwards, dry since then. Here's the next weather system moving towards us, though, from the south. It's this area of low pressure. It is weakening on the way in, but it is going to produce some further outbreaks of rain rather than snow overnight and into the morning, and we keep a lot of cloud through the weekend. Another weather front heading in on Sunday, so again a good deal of cloud in the forecast. For now, cloud, mist, hill fog, and that next system will be spreading that rain towards us from the south as we go through the night. Now, on the plus side, the wind is easing. It's been really blustery today, particularly into the Isle of Man, but the wind will be turning lighter through the night, and temperatures barely budging from where they've been through the course of the day. And your sunrise tomorrow, now before 8 a.m. Your sunset just around 10 to 5. So tomorrow gets off to another cloudy start, patchy rain around this time with that light breeze. It's misty, there's some fog to the higher ground, and temperatures actually a little bit higher than today, so we top out at 8, maybe even 9 degrees Celsius, but it is a dull first half of the weekend. And we go into the start of February on a similar theme, so this weather front's moving in on Sunday, giving some outbreaks of rain later in the day, maybe a few showers ahead of its arrival, and we're keeping plenty of cloud, rain at times in the week ahead, and with a stronger wind again, it's likely to feel colder.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Nick, and that's about all we've got time for on tonight's Granada Reports.
A reminder, there's plenty more on the stories we've featured tonight, as well as others on our website and on ITVX. Go check it out.
Yeah, we'll be back with the late update after news at 10. Hope you can join us. Until then, from all of us here in the Tea Time team, have a lovely weekend and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.